You ever stood on the cusp of a moment so thrilling that your pulse really became the drumbeat of excitement? Yeah, that, my friends, inside of there is the power of anticipation, a force so potent it can transform the mundane into the extraordinary. Now, in today's journey, we're unlocking the anticipation engine. It's the secret to infusing your daily life with the exhilaration of a child the night before snow day, the night before Christmas, the night before their birthday. Are you ready to awaken to a world where every day, every single day, brims with possibility? Then keep listening, my friends, as we turn the key to a life lived on the edge of joyous expectation.
Hey there, audacious parents. Welcome to the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast, where we're not just about surviving, we're about thriving. If you're tuning in, you're not looking for just another feel-good, pat-on-the-back kind of show. No. You're here because you're ready to disrupt the status quo. You're ready because you're here to challenge your limits and to step out of the comfort zone where we know growth never happens. This is not just your average, let's all be happy with our 9-to-5 lives kind of podcast. We're here to give you actionable strategies. We're here to dive deep into the world of side hustles, digital marketing, and smart income-boosting tactics. Why, you may ask? Because we're designed for parents like you, parents juggling family expenses, childcare, and the elusive me time. We're not just about making money, though. We're about designing a life that you dictate, not one that's been prepackaged in a soul-sucking 9-to-5 box. So, if you're ready to break free and design a life that aligns with your dreams, design a life that aligns with your family, you're in the right place. The Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
What is up? What is up? What is up? Welcome, my fellow travelers and adventurers of excellence. Yep, this place here is your sanctuary for growth, your sanctuary for inspiration and transformation. I am your humble host, Tracy Brinkman, your guide on this quest, not just to chase your dreams, but to learn how to live them every single day. Now, in the hustle of our lives, we often forget the magic that anticipation can weave in and out of our daily routine. Can you remember maybe that tingling sensation that just kind of rolled around inside your tummy? Those butterflies in your tummy as you look forward to something so eagerly that every cell in your body just kind of vibrated with excitement? Yeah. Especially when you were a kid, maybe you had a birthday coming up, going to some exciting place, a family vacation, going to Disney World. See, but the thing is, these are not just for kids, and they're not just for special occasions. That power that I just mentioned, that tingling, yeah, that's a power that you can harness every single day to fuel your journey to success. And today, we're not just reminiscing about the good old days of eager anticipation. No, we are going to kindle that fire inside you. We're going to show you how to keep it burning with what I call the anticipation engine. It's all about crafting a life that's not just lived, but celebrated, one exhilarating moment at a time. So let's get set to inject some childhood wonder back into our lives, shall we? Let's start by casting your mind back to those long summer days of childhood. Now, if you're like me, the air was thick with the scent of maybe fresh cut grass. Maybe you had to cut it yourself. I know it was one of my duties growing up. It was one of my chores to cut the grass. And then there was that daily melody of the ice cream truck. Yeah, you remember that sound? Yeah, the siren song of sweet frosty treats. You know what I'm talking about. Remember that? The sheer joy and anticipation of something so simple as a scoop of ice cream. Yeah, it totally turned an ordinary afternoon into a marvelous event. That, my friends, right there is the magic of a childlike anticipation. And let's be honest with each other here. It wasn't about the ice cream, right? Not really. You think about it. It was about the experience. It was about the buildup and the story that we told ourselves about what was about to come, about what it was going to taste like putting that frozen, frosty treat up to our lips for the first time. As kids, we were the masters of our own excitement, turning waiting into an art form. We'd leap from one joyous anticipation to the next, be it building a ramp, jumping cars, whatever it might be, holidays, birthdays, or even the last bell before summer break. Yeah, you remember that one. Just tearing out of the school like a bat out of hell. Now, here's the thing. As adults, it seems we lose that spark of anticipation. Yeah, we end up getting bogged down in the have-tos and the must-dos of life. But what if I told you that the key to this childlike wonder, it isn't lost. It's inside you. It's just waiting to be discovered. So take a second and think back to those moments from your tapestry of memories, right? Whatever it might be. Maybe it was the night before a big school trip. There was a trip that I was very excited about as a youngster. The last time we were stationed in Germany, we were going to spend 4 days in Munich. What was super exciting about that for me was it was going to be my first away from parents school trip, overnight away from parents school trip, right? So that was super exciting. It had been planned for months, and it was like I was waiting for summer to start up all over again. Maybe it was the countdown to your favorite festival.
The Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
Yeah. Or maybe it's the eve, like I mentioned earlier, of a family vacation. You're going to Disney World. My dad being stationed in the United States Army, we were stationed all over the United States, and we would always take a month every year to travel. We'd either go see the parents up north in Minnesota or out west in California. And it was planned well in advance because Dad had to request the time and the whole 9 yards. But the energy and the zest that came from knowing what was coming up. I was going to see my cousins. We were going to go see all kinds of cool things because we always drove from wherever we were across the country to go see my family. So you got to see all kinds of amazing things. Now, I want you to think about that energy, that zest that came with whatever it was you were thinking about. I was thinking about vacations with the parents. That zest is still within you. And I want you to tap back into that natural resource so that you can use it to propel yourself forward in life and in business. Okay, now let's shift gears here, shall we? I want you to imagine, if you will, an engine. But this isn't just any engine. Nah. It's not an engine fueled by gasoline. It's not an engine fueled by water for some of my conspiracy theorists out there. It's not even an engine run on electricity. No Teslas here. This, my friends, is the anticipation. And it is powered by the very excitement for the future that once had us jumping out of bed on Saturday morning, grabbing a bowl and a box of cereal, and sitting down in front of the television just to watch our favorite cartoons. Yeah, it's a powerful force that you have right now inside of you, one that we're going to be learning how to harness today, okay? Now, the anticipation engine thrives on the events that we look forward to, no matter how big or how small they might be. It could be the launch of your next product. It could be the relaunch of an old product. It could be you going to a networking event. Or it could be even something as simple as a quiet dinner with old friends. You see, it's these moments that give us something to shoot for, something to aim for, something that lights up our very daily routines. And at the same time, they keep our spirits high. Okay, I get it, Tracy, but why is that so important? Well, let's think of your energy, my energy. Let's think of your energy and excitement, say, as a battery. Without something to look forward to, your battery only gets used and depleted. Yeah, your battery drains. We've all felt it. The monotony of the day-to-day, ka-chunka, 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 ka-chunka. Yeah, that monotony can leave you running on empty. And I'm not talking about the song here. But let's think about the anticipation. By keeping our anticipation engine well-fueled with a steady stream of look-forward-to opportunities, we can keep that battery charged. Maybe it's not always at 90 and 95 and 100%, but it's definitely well above 50%. We stay driven, we stay motivated, and most importantly, we stay alive with the kind of energy that you need to turn dreams into reality. So, you might have the question in your ears. I can hear you right now. How do I start this engine, Tracy? Well, it's not easy. Hang around. I'm going to tell you. It begins with something as simple as a list. Yeah, simple, powerful. This list of upcoming events will spark joy in your heart. This list is your fuel. And with every new entry that you pen down, that you type on your keyboard, you're not just planning your future. You're charging your present with this electrifying sense of purpose and excitement. So that's how you get it going. And now that you've got your anticipation humming, it's time to build it up. Okay? Now, let me get this straight here. This is not about crafting a to-do list. Yeah? This is about creating a to look forward to list. So, grab your favorite planner, grab a notebook, grab your phone, I don't care, grab a Post-it note, grab a pen and write on your hand. Or for those of you that may be doing something where you can't stop right now, and you're running, doing dishes, go ahead and grab your inner mind's eye and paint a mental picture. Because we're about to lay down the foundation for a future for you that is so bright, you, my friend, are going to need shades. You ready? Let's talk about the 3 steps you're going to need here. Step 1, dream big. Man, you've heard me say this before. I'm going to tell you again. Dream big and jot down all those major events that you, my friend, are looking forward to. It could be a business milestone. It could be a family event, or it could be that dream vacation that you have all been putting off. Write it down. Make it real. Make it yours. Here's a cool thing for you. I'm going to pause right here. The reason this episode is coming into your ears right now is because my own anticipation is fired up because I just recently got picked to be a VIP keynote speaker at an event down in Dallas. Yeah, first week of December. So I can guarantee you between now and right now as I'm recording this, it's the first week of November. So for the next 28 or so days, I'm going to be walking around on cloud 9. I'm going to be pumped with energy because I love getting on stage and speaking to people. Write yours down. Make it real. Make it yours.
The Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
Step 2, don't stop at those big tickets. It doesn't have to be all big ticket stuff. Sprinkle in a few of the smaller joys. Little things. Weekly coffee with your mentor, whether it's by Zoom or face-to-face. Your monthly book club, right? Maybe it's this big guest you're about ready to have on your podcast. Huh? It could even be your routine Saturday morning jog in the park. These are the little sparks that keep your fire burning between the big logs that you use to stoke with major events. Now, step number 3, visualize. Yeah, I know. Not all of you are woo-woo like that. Try it. It really works. Take a moment, and with every entry that you write down, as you're writing it down, or as soon as you put period at the end of that sentence, really see it, really feel it, and live it in your minds. Just pause for a moment and close your eyes and feel it. It's happening right now. You're going on that vacation. You're getting into the car. The kids are all loaded up. The luggage is all tightly packed in. You got it all mapped out. The GPS is set, and you're starting that drive. Can you feel it? It's cool. Yeah. Live it in your mind's eye. It isn't about idle daydreaming. This is active anticipation, my friends. It's you stoking the flames of your anticipation engine. And let me give you a pro tip, right? Here's a bonus for you. Keep the list dynamic. Yeah. As soon as one event passes, add another. Keep that conveyor belt of excitement going. For those of you who ever watched Lucille Ball, remember that episode where the chocolates are rolling by on the conveyor belt and they're trying to keep up, and sometimes they're stuffing them in their mouth, other times they're throwing them down their top because it's that excitement. Remember, anticipation, my friends, is your renewable resource. You can never run out of it unless you stop creating reasons to look forward. All right, but here's the but. What do we do about sustaining this excitement, Tracy? Oh my God, you got me all excited, you got me pumped up. I'm thinking about it. I'm writing it down right now. How do I keep from burning out on anticipation alone? Well, that's a great question. Let me give you the answer. Balance. Yeah, it's all about balance, my friends. While you're looking forward to the future, do not, and I emphasize this again, do not let the present slip by unnoticed. Savor all of your small victories. Savor your daily grinds, and definitely savor your quiet moments. It's about finding joy in the journey as well as finding joy in your ultimate destination. Okay, so we have fueled our anticipation engine. We got that little puppy that's purring like a kitten, right? Just got that sucker sitting there at the stoplight and ready to go. But here, my friends, is where the rubber meets the road. It's all well and good to have a future so exciting that your heart literally skips a beat every time you think about it, right? I'm tensing up just thinking about it. But what about the here and now, like I was just talking about? The present, right now, this very second, you're listening to me right now in your ear, is where we live. It's where we breathe. And here's the magic. It's where we make things happen. It's the only place where you can truly enjoy the fruits of your labor. You can't enjoy the fruits of your labor yesterday. It's gone. It's past. It's too late. You already did what you did. You can't enjoy it tomorrow because, well, it hasn't happened yet. You can look forward to it. And there is your anticipation engine. But it's today. Yeah, that's where you can enjoy the fruits of your labor. So how do you strike that perfect balance between savoring the present and salivating for the future? Well, it starts with a bit of mindfulness. And let me tell you what I'm talking about here. When you're working, I want you to be all in. Give it your all, 100%. You're in that magic zone. Be present, be focused, be in it to win it, okay? And if you're playing, play hard. Let it go. Laugh, giggle, scream, right? Whatever it takes. Live in that slice of time. Here's how you can mix this together. Set aside moments in your day strictly for anticipation. Maybe it's your morning coffee, or right as you wind down for the night. Maybe it's right after you listen to your favorite podcast. This one, I'm hoping. Use those moments to indulge your future plans. Let that excitement bubble up, right? Get you like, whoa, I'm feeling the charge, right? It's like plugging in your phone and it's charged up. And then set it aside. Step back into the present with that energy with you that you've gathered from your future joys. Yeah, now you're ready to go with that future engine pushing you forward to do what you need to do today. Here's another tip. Celebrate the small things as if they were the big things. Yeah. Did you hit a little goal? Celebrate it. Yeah. Did you make someone smile? Take a moment and bask in the joy. I used to love it. My daughter who passed away, I was always able to make her smile. And it gave me so much joy being able to do that. And I still think about it today, all the giggles and the laughs that I was able to elicit from her. And it brings me joy. Yeah. These are the celebrations that keep now the present vibrant and exciting, ensuring that while you look forward to tomorrow, today is not going to be just a waiting room. No, it's going to be your main event. And remember, the future is an amazing place. Don't get me wrong. But it's the steps that we take today, right now, well, as soon as you finish this podcast, that are going to get us there. So let's walk this journey with our eyes on the horizon and our feet firmly planted on the ground, enjoying every single step along the way as we reach for the stars.
The Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
Now we're coming to this segment that I'm starting to hold near and dear to my heart. Whiskered Wisdom. Yeah. This is where we distill the essence of everything we're talking about today into a single actionable pearl of wisdom that you can carry with you. If you remember nothing else about what you heard on this podcast, this is the moment I want you to remember. And today's wisdom is as simple as it is profound. Schedule a fun future. Yeah, there it is. Boom. You can stop listening now. I'm kidding. Don't go anywhere. Take a moment today, right now, if you can, and put at least one event on your calendar that sparks a little joy inside you. Doesn't have to be this grand affair. It could be something simple as a picnic in the park next week, trying out a new restaurant that you've been eyeing, or setting aside an evening for a board game with family and friends. I don't care what it is. It's up to you. What will bring you that spark of joy? The scale of the event isn't what matters. What matters is the act of setting a beacon of excitement into your future. A few days out, a week out, maybe a month out, whatever it might be. This simple act does something extraordinary inside of you. It transforms your daily outlook. It's like opening the blinds and letting the morning sunlight in. It's like, oh, right? It brightens not just the room, but your entire day. With something to look forward to, the mundane becomes meaningful. The tedious gets tinged with excitement, and every day is enveloped in this aura of anticipation. So, my friends, let's not underestimate the power of a scheduled delight. right? And I'm not talking about going to your local bakery and chowing down on a donut. I'm talking about something for your soul, not your body. It's the spice and the stew of our daily lives. By marking those moments on our calendars, we're not just planning events. We're literally plotting points of happiness on the timeline of our lives. And that, my dear friends, is a life lived with intention. It's a life lived with joy. And it's a life sprinkled with a dash of childlike wonder. Now, as we draw the curtains on today's episode, let's take a moment, look back over the brief little journey we have enjoyed together over the past 20 or so minutes. We've rekindled the childlike magic of anticipation. Yeah. And if you haven't thought of a moment from your childhood that you faced with anticipation, pause and think about it now. Was it Christmas? A birthday where you knew you were going to get that special present? Right? So we rekindled the childlike magic of anticipation. You know, that spark within us that turns the ordinary into the extraordinary. We've introduced and ignited, hopefully you've ignited it, your anticipation engine. This is that powerful inner mechanism that promises to drive you forward with hope and excitement. And we've laid out a blueprint for building your own anticipation engine by filling it with events, big and small, right? Not just the big ones. I put the small ones in there too, but filling it with events, big and small, that transform your daily routine into a thrilling adventure. And we've learned to balance the scales. Yeah? How do you do that? By savoring the present moment and that delicious delight of still looking forward to what's to come. Now remember, anticipation, my friends, is not just a feeling. It's a source of renewable energy. Whenever you're anticipating something, you can just, wow, I'm pumped, I'm ready to go. It's the wind in your sails on those days when the seas are deathly calm. It's the fuel that can propel you through the toughest of times with a smile on your face, knowing that you have something wonderful just around the corner. So, as you step into the world after this episode, carry with you the wisdom of the anticipation engine. Let it be your secret weapon in crafting a life that's not just endured, but actually enjoyed. A life where every day holds the promise of a new delight just around the corner. Now, I want to thank you, as I always do, for joining me on this journey of discovery. And until we meet again, my friends, keep your engines running, keep your anticipation engine running, keep your calendars full, and keep your hearts open to the endless possibilities that each new day brings. But before the final notes of our time together fades away, I have a small but mighty request for you, you architects of your own extraordinary lives. Do me a favor. Swing by the website. Links down in the show notes. And in there, I invite you to leave a voicemail with your story, your triumphs, your hurdles, or your burning questions that are keeping you up at night. Share your journey with me, and let's tackle these questions together in future episodes. And if today's message sparked even a little light in you, pass it on. Yeah, pass the torch. Share this podcast with someone you know needs a little fuel pumped into their anticipation engine. You never know whose life you might change with just a single click. And if you haven't already, please take a moment, rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast. You know, it's your feedback that is the beacon for me. It's your feedback I look forward to and guides our journey, and it's your support that keeps this show thriving. So until next time, keep building, keep dreaming, and keep anticipating the greatness in your life that lies ahead. And with that, I'm going to leave you as I always do. Think successfully and take action.
Hey, my Dark Horse Entrepreneur parents, thanks for tuning in. If this episode struck a chord, share it with a fellow parent hustler. Let's grow our tribe that thrives, not just survives. For more insights and a community that totally gets it, join our Facebook group at www.darkhorseschooling.com/tribe. Think successfully and take action.